What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY in the overall markets. I'm going to break down something important that Donald Trump just said as he's going to be announcing his tariffs for the day, and some big news about the PPI report that just came out. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $2,000, you're guaranteed 30 in total, and the offer ends at the end of March. Anyways, looking at Tesla, we're looking bullish right now, looking for a test of 351. If we break that, we could push even more, but whether or not this happens depends on some factors. So today we just got PPI data, and I just want to give you guys a warning about the market. So the market keeps on making the opposite of sentiment move, meaning that yesterday we got a hot CPI. It was very hot, and instead of the market just straight up dumping, it did dip in the morning and then just got bought back up like there is no tomorrow. So today we got the inflationary numbers. The inflationary numbers are all above expectations. Pretty much everything is hot. The data is hot inflationary numbers again. And instead of dumping, the market is pumping. So my point is the market is very manipulated right now, so you have to be very prepared for this. PPI month over month is at 0.4%. That's above expectations. Core PPI month over month is at 0.3% above expectations. Core PPI year over year is at 3.6% above expectations, although a slight decrease compared to before. And then PPI year over year for all items is at 3.5%, the same as before, and that is above expectations. So, not the best inflationary numbers. We also had initial jobless claims, which happens to be, not too bad at 213,000, so very close to expectations. But like I said before, the inflationary numbers are hot, and despite that, Tesla's in the green, SPY's in the green. The market is still holding up very, very nicely, at least so far. So the question is, will the market continue to hold up, or will the market get some kind of rug pull? We have to be very careful. As far as Tesla goes, it got a buy rating at benchmark as different analysts are very excited about their AI opportunities and the growth coming from their robotaxi business. So they also mentioned the fact that the unsupervised Texas launch for their FSD is going to be very, very huge, and they're very excited about the revenue streams that are coming for the company. This was very, very good news that came out. There was also headlines that said that Tesla is basically going to receive a $400 million contract, at least from the State Department. That's what headlines were saying before. And now they've confirmed that there's actually going to be no $400 million armored Tesla contract, according to Elon Musk. He just clarified that. So despite all the news that came out that was going to happen, this came out since like yesterday. Now this has come out that Tesla will not be included. So it is what it is. Tesla will be fine despite this. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and clarify some news that was coming out previous to this. But besides that, good news for Tesla. Good buy ratings. It's trying to rebound and it's doing a good job. Now, Donald Trump is going to be announcing his tariffs for today. This could set up a potential economic slowdown for the short term. Trump said that this time it's going to be reciprocal and he's going to get ready for a very, very big announcement. Trump did say this morning that he is going to make the announcements. He said that today is the big one. It's the tariff day. So please keep that in mind. Now the headlines are saying that today Trump will be making the announcement. He's going to be meeting up with the Prime Minister of India, Modi, and before he meets up with him, he has a news conference, which is where he's going to be making a lot of announcements. I think Elon Musk might be there. So they're going to make some huge announcements. And I think he's about to announce these big tariffs. Now, the thing about the tariffs is that, and here's what makes me a little bit apprehensive. Now, when you go back to SPY, Tesla, and the others, every time Trump has mentioned tariffs, right, we've seen the markets sell off. This is what would happen when he mentioned the tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada. When he mentioned he was going to announce tariffs again, we saw a sell off. So the question is, are we about to get another sell-off with him making this announcement? Normally, I would say most likely yes, but now I'm going to be a little bit careful because there's a saying that goes bad news is good news and good news is bad news. Like we get hot inflationary numbers and the market's just pumping, even though like normally sentiment would not be the best. It's not the best of news for the economy. And, that, you would think that that would cause a sell-off, but so far the market's not doing that. So they're manipulating the market right now. And I wonder, will they continue to manipulate the market even during Trump's tariffs? Right. So that's why I want to give you guys a warning to be very careful with this. Um, you know, Typically, and the last times Trump has announced tariffs, every time he's announced them, right, the market has dipped. And this time around, You would think that, but we don't know for sure now because of the way that they're manipulating these stocks. So it's just crazy manipulation that's going on. I'm not here to give you every perfect prediction, but just try to tell you that you have to be very cautious when pieces of news are like this. When they're manipulating the way that the market's moving, you have to be very, very careful. So we'll see what the direction is now, depending on what Trump ends up saying. I also want to add that today we had Sony announcing their earnings. Tomorrow, later on today, we have Coinbase and a few more. For Sony, they did relatively well. Good earnings with operating income at $3.05 billion. Their earnings were all very close to expectations, but what really helped them is the fact that they saw an increase in their revenue. And then scrolling down here, you guys can see that their overall guidance is pretty good. They revised their full year outlook, expecting $85.75 billion in revenue and $7 billion in net income. That's all above expectations prior. And that's a 10% upgrade. So great job by Sony. Good earnings from them. Anyways, let's talk about the charts. And I'll start off with Tesla. How is Tesla looking? So despite the fact that we got a hot inflationary report, Tesla's pumping again. We're going to be looking for an attempt for 350. If we could break 350, I think we easily push for the next key level. So I think we're going to be visiting 350 on Tesla. If we could, come back up to fill this gap, we'll see if Tesla could hold up right here and try to get back up to about 356. That's going to be another very, very key level to see if we could break that. And then if we get above that, we could go all the way up to about 361. So I think 350 and then the mid 350s is going to be our targets. If we do push a little higher, I think we're going to be going to about 350. But then the thing is, even as we start pushing, Donald Trump will be announcing his tariffs very soon, in just a couple of hours. So once he makes the announcement, we'll see, does the market get some kind of rug pull? Does Tesla make a reversal move, or does it just continue to rally despite that? I'm not 100% sure at this point because we keep getting hot inflationary numbers and the market just rallies like there's no tomorrow, just doesn't care. So there's lots of manipulation right now. So you have to be prepared just to be safe. If you look at SPY, for example, as of right now, we're trying to push. That's just part of the manipulation. We're looking for 605. If we could break and hold above the 605.5 area, they could push this very close to 608. If we lose 602, we're looking for a move back down towards 600, then 598. Even though inflation was hot yesterday with Jerome Powell's speech and testimony, they still pumped it right back up. So it just goes to show how manipulated the market tends to be. And about Tesla, I forgot to mention this. So look at 315 to 356 areas potential targets if we start pushing, and eventually 361. If we turn back down, I'm going to be watching to see if we can hold 340. If 340 fails us, we're going to be at risk of dumping all the way back down towards 334, then all the way back down to about the 328 area. For now, we do look bullish on Tesla. We're favoring upside for the 350s, so we'll see just to be safe. On the QQQ, if we're bullish, you want to be looking for 533, very close to 533. And then if that breaks 535 is coming next, 533 and 535. If we turn down, look for 527 and 525 as our two supports. If those break, we're looking for a dump to about 521. So give this the time it needs. For the Russell 2000, we're looking for an attempt to break past 226.5. And if we turn back down and end up losing 222, we're looking for a dip. This has the potential to push higher. Right now, it looks like it wants to go up to 225. To about 226.25. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. For ES, we're in a range right now going back and forth between these key levels. If we're bullish, you want to see ES continue to push to about 6,100 and eventually back up to this imbalance at 6,125. If we're bearish, you want to see us lose 60.50 to turn back down. As of right now, if you look at ES, we're very close to where this trend line is. So we will see, do we break out to about 61.25 or do we get a rejection once the tariff news comes out? If we lose 60.50, we will turn back down. There's the saying that goes, good news is bad news is good news. Who knows what's going to happen once this guy makes his announcements? So get ready. We have NQ looking bullish. As of right now, it favors 22,000. Could it turn from around there? Yes, it depends. So it might push a bit more, but watch and see, do we break 22,000 to push to 22,200? Or do we turn back down to end up losing 21,700? It all depends on these different factors. On Bitcoin is kind of like range bound. Right here, we have 98,000 as resistance and 94,000 as our support. We're going back and forth. We might be dipping a little bit lower to about 94,000. So we'll see about this. On Nvda, we're looking decent. We're actually trying to hold some key levels right up here. So if we break resistance right here at 130, the 133s, we're looking for an attempt to fill this gap for 140. If you lose 129, we're looking for a dip back down towards 125. So it could go either way. We're favoring the upwards direction for now. It looks like Nvidia wants to push, but we'll see how things end up going as time goes on. It depends on this tariff news. We are favoring upside, though, at least technically speaking, just like Tesla and many others. Apple looks bullish, right? We're above 135, our key 200 EMA. This is favoring and wants to go up to about 240. It really wants to do that unless we lose 235 to start dipping to 232. This is favoring upside for now unless we get that dip below the key level. For Palantir, we look bullish. As long as you don't lose 112, we are favoring 120. As of right now, at least technically speaking, for Coinbase, we look bullish. Our main supports are going to be around that 277 area. If we lose that on Coin, we're looking for a dip back down to like 268. And overall, it looks bullish. It looks like it wants to go up to about 290 for now. Amazon's in the middle. It has dipped a bit. Look at 228 to see if that holds. If not, we could be dipping to 225. For Meta, we have support at 717. We'll have to see if we lose that to turn bearish. As long as we hold this, we're going to be fine. It might dip to about 720, and we'll see if we bounce. It's a little bit lackluster. Microsoft could be testing 405 if this continues to fall, so keep that in mind. Then Google, looking bullish. It looks like it wants to go up to about 188, so we'll see what ends up happening. With that being said, guys, Tesla at least technically looks bullish. It looks like it wants to visit the 350s, but whether or not we make a move up or if we get a rejection will depend now on what Trump says. We might push approaching his tariffs, but then we'll see, do we get a rug pull or not? So wait and see what happens, and we're going to be very patient. At this point, anything could happen. They're just manipulating the way the market's moving, with good news being bad news. So be very patient and watch your levels. It's a very, very tricky market. So just be careful, guys. And I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.